Oh, hey there. My name is Rands from the Booster Pack Network, and today we are going to be taking a look at a brand new card reveal from the fan-run Harry Potter trading card game Revival Group's latest expansion. And we might learn a little bit about trading card game history along the way. So let's go take a look at that right now. Okay, let's get into it. My name is Rands, for those of you who do not know, and again, I am from the Booster Pack Network. Over on the Booster Pack Network, we create trading card game-related content, mostly in the form of podcasts at this stage, but if you're interested, please subscribe. We've got tons of shows over there. We're running 4 shows at the moment in various stages of evolution. So we've got Booster Pack Throwback, which is our show about trading card game history. We've got Rare Slot, which is our casual conversation show about all things trading card games with different topics every single month. We've got the TCG Scoop Show, which is a news show about the big 3 trading card games, which are Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and Pokemon, that comes out every month. And as well, we also have TCG Design Theory, which gives amateur and upcoming designers advice on creating their own trading card game with a number of guests who are experts in different topics. So I suggest go check that out if you are interested in trading card games in general. It's well worth a follow. And the other thing I should mention is upcoming on the network will be a conversation with the Harry Potter trading card game Revival Group's design team. So we're going to be talking about what went into the set that we're going to be talking about today, and some of the other decisions that group has made as they have started to expand the Harry Potter trading card game from where Wizards of the Coast left it all those years ago. Now, if you're not familiar with the Harry Potter trading card game Revival Group, I will link their communities in the description. They can be found on Discord and Facebook, and also they have an amazing card database if you want to jump on. That's accio.cards. You'll find that link to the description as well. And what this group does is they are creating new content for this particular game, as I mentioned, but also running digital tournaments, so you don't actually even need to own any cards yourself. You can get in and start playing immediately amongst the community, and they're always welcome to have new faces there as well. So let's jump into today's content. So today's content, what I'm going to talk about is something that is actually going to link to the card I'm going to reveal for this particular Harry Potter trading card game Revival Group. But before we do, I want to give you some other examples of the kind of card that I'm getting to reveal today and how it exists in other trading card games. So what I thought I'd do is, just for familiarity and to keep it easy, I'm going to talk about the big 3 trading card games and some cards in those games that have effects that are called alternate win conditions. So these are cards that actually allow you to win the game through their card effect specifically, not necessarily through the normal way of winning in any particular game. So we're going to start with Magic. Let's start with Magic because it is the granddaddy of the genre, and the first card that ever featured a alternate win effect in all of Magic the Gathering is this cheeky little fella. Yes, this is the Cheese Stance alone. His big smile says that if you can basically get your board state completely free and your hand empty, you will win the game. So it obviously requires a little build around. You'll also notice this card is unlike most Magic cards in the fact that it has a silver border, and that meant that this effect was so out there when they first made it way back in 1998 that they thought it was not worth being tournament legal, that it would be disruptive in some way. So obviously this card was something that ended up being a bit of a fan favorite and ended up actually getting reworked into a completely different version many years later in the Magic trading card game. Now, the other thing I will mention is shortly after this card came out, a couple of years later, Magic the Gathering then introduced this, their first tournament legal alternate win card, and this is a favorite of mine. This is Correlation Victory, and what it does is it does something that I love about these alternate victory cards, is they actually build up a board state of a specific type and sort of tell a story. So this Correlation Victory asks you to have at least a creature of every different color, which is the 5 different colors of Magic, on your field, and a basic land type in your lands as well for each of the 5 different land types. And if you have that and then cast a spell, you'll win the game immediately. So it is a cute little card. Now, Magic has done a number of these over the years. Some have been more disruptive than others. Most recent memories include some like Thrass's Oracle, which is something that was a very viable deck for a long time, and I think may even still be to this day. So let's jump over to Pokemon now, another one of the big 3. Pokemon has far fewer of these types of alternate winning cards, but we'll look at a couple of examples. This one's a little bit older, way back from 2011. This is Lost World. So Lost World actually has a effect that if your opponent has 6 or more cards in their Lost Zone, which is essentially Pokemon's version of removed from play, it is going to allow you to claim victory by using this effect. Now, this isn't the only card in the Pokemon game that does something interesting like this. Let's take a look at this little happy Pokemon here. This is Unown, and Unown is a little bit of a special one. I would love to build a deck around this because it is asking you that if you have 35 cards in your hand at any point during the game, you are going to win the game. And with all Pokemon's card draw, I'm sure this could be a very interesting build with all the different cards that game particularly offers. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more about this game and card, and I can't wait to learn more about it. Now, speaking of card hand management, there's another very iconic example of card hand management that is an alternate win condition, and in fact, it is one of the most iconic characters from this game, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's take a look at this guy. Yes, if you are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially early Yu-Gi-Oh!, you're probably going to be familiar with this particular card. This is Exodia, one of the most iconic cards in the game, and ultimately what it says is if you have this card, the head of Exodia, and its limbs, the 4 limbs in its hand as well, so that's left hand, left leg, right leg, you can reveal them to your opponent and claim victory as well. Now, this isn't the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Card that does something similar. Let's take a look at this guy. Now, this is Destiny Board, and basically by playing this trap card and all of the 4 other spell cards that go along with it, it'll spell out Final on your board, and you will win the game as well. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a ton of these alternate win condition cards as well, and that are very, very exciting and fun, and there's tons to go into. But the reason I wanted to bring it up today is because the card I'm about to reveal is an alternate win condition card. But before we jump into it, the Harry Potter trading card game, way back when it was with Wizards of the Coast, actually had its own alternate win condition card. Let's take a look at Golden Snitch. Now, there's no better story to tell than being able to catch the Golden Snitch and win the game. And I love the story that this particular card shows off when it comes to playing games. Obviously, you know, you can take victory if you have the 10 or more cards, or your opponent has 10 or more cards, rather. And it is a really, really interesting way to play this game and build a deck around. But enough of that guy. Let's keep it on Quidditch for a little while, because today I get to reveal a card that is a brand new card for the Harry Potter trading card game Revival group, and it is Oliver the Captain. Now, I love Oliver because guess what you get to do in this one? You get to put together your own all-star Quidditch team and win the game just by having them on the field. So what Oliver asks you to do is essentially put together a beater, a keeper, a seeker, and 3 chasers on your field at any given time, and then claim victory at the start of your turn if they're still sitting there. It's very, very cool. If you want to see this card more up close, it's beautiful original art as well. It'll be at the end of this clip. So check that out. But that's enough about my card reveal today. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, and if you're interested in any of these collectible card game history things, please check out our sponsor, Category 1 Games. They sell a bunch of singles from classic collectible card games, not necessarily the big 3 we spoke about, but games like the Harry Potter trading card game. You might even be able to jump on there and order your very own Snitch card, or any other alternate win condition cards from various other classic collectible card games. As well, I will mention, if you're a big fan of those big 3 games we just mentioned as well, jump over to Toad and Troll, and you can support this channel by putting an order in over there and using the discount code TBPN5 on that website for anything that is sold directly from Toad and Troll. And that way you'll get a small discount and support the channel at the same time. Alright, well, hope you've enjoyed this little walk down alternate win condition history and the brand new card which will be featured at the end of the episode, Oliver the Captain as well. So check that out. Remember, jump into the Harry Potter trading card game groups if you're interested at all in that game. I think it's a fun little time. And you know, by all means, please support this channel by subscribing, and keep an eye out for a conversation with the designers of that particular game in the coming weeks as well. So subscribe. Alright, thank you so much. That's it from me. Until next time, remember, keep shuffling.